Welcome back to Mega Court. We got 3 of the 4 Jays here. I'm Jeremy Horowitz alongside Justin Notar and Jack Rathburn. After an outstanding first half of play, it is a wild scene here at Utica University. The Pioneers lead 56-37 over the SUNY Poly Wildcats. I mean, we'll get into numbers and stats in a little bit, but guys, first impression on that first half, I mean, because I'm baffled.
I wasn't even thinking about the numbers, to be perfectly honest with you. We were standing here right behind where we are sitting right now. I wasn't even thinking about the numbers. I had no idea how many points anybody had. Every single shot from the first layup that was made, both sides were going absolutely insane. The energy here, I just talked to Coach Coffey as the buzzer sounded. He said that the energy is really bringing this. He's got to kind of let his guys forget about that, but it's hard to not think about it when it's this loud.
I think the players are also feeding off of it, especially Utica side. It seems like the crowd, when they're getting into it, it's propelling their play. They're playing more intense on the defensive end, and they're scoring, and the crowd is getting loud. I don't think Mega Court's ever seen something like this. You know, we got a player here pull up.
What up, Dev? What up? Listen, man, in an electric first half, you're balling out. What's going through your mind right now, up 19 at the break?
0-0 in our minds. That was a great run to end, but we got to come out, play like it's a new game, put them away, win by 30.
And this could be one of your this could be your last game. I saw you on a little emotional on the warm up the national anthem line. Like, how much does this mean to you? Like a championship game here at your home court with the chance of moving on to the NCAA tournament.
It means everything to all of us. First guy in the rotation, the last guy on the bench, the red shirts. Just to come, we started off a little rough in the season. Get a home championship game. It means everything to us. Defend the court.
Now, in this atmosphere of the hurricanes, everyone from SUNY Poly, how do you guys manage that mentally and just stay focused on the game?
Just gotta stay in our zone, keep them quiet, keep these guys loud, and get a win.
Dad, thanks so much, bro. Good luck to the second half. You heard it there. I mean, stay focused in that second half. I mean, he said wants to keep Poly quiet, going up 19 in the first half. May accomplish just that. We had a couple Poly guys talking on the pregame show, talking a little hot, and obviously down 19 at the break. I'm personally very impressed with the play of Jordan Kane. I mean, a couple really nice steals leading to fast break points. I believe 11 points in that first half. A couple really nice moves as well. I think he hit 1 or 2 threes. Very impressed with the play of the freshman so far.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys that are at that double-digit mark. I know he's Isaiah Smith. I think Jordan Kane's there too, and Damian Cole. I think another guy. I think he's at 11 right now.
Yeah, they got 4 guys right now in double digits.
Oh, 4, yeah. So they're like able to split it up pretty well. They're all kind of doing their part, which is kind of what I talked about pregame, being able to, if you're gonna just kind of guard your stars, they're guarding Damian Cole pretty well. He's still putting up points, taking Foley's, hasn't done much, but you're able to spread it. You've got a pretty deep bench that you're able to go to get a points.
Oh yeah, it's I think it's Kane, Teague, Dayon Thompson, and Cole. 4 people in double digits, and you're seeing, and not even just from them, you see Foley knock down a couple of field goals, as well as Isaiah Smith. Isaiah Smith with the big N1 to send him into the hat. But this team is building off of the energy, and right now they're keeping the SUNY Poly Wildcat crowd quiet, and that's exactly what they needed to do. You know, 2 student sections. I don't think Mega Court, like I said, has seen anything like this. This is insane. We have 2 full student sections here, and they're not on the same team, obviously. And I mean, you can't move in here. This is a packed out crowd, and Utica delivered in that first half. But as Devin said, 0-0, 20 more minutes of play. All the blood, sweat, and tears that have been put in throughout this whole season comes down to these next 20 minutes of play. You got yourself a 19-point cushion. Hold on to that lead, 0-0. Clear your mind mentally and win the second half and move yourself into the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, this game was close. I mean, from the opening tip until maybe the last 3.5, 4 minutes of that first half, guys. I mean, both teams were trading buckets. Pioneers were up 2, then Poly was up 4, and then it was back and forth. Then we had a Liam Teague dunk with maybe, again, 3.5, 4 minutes to go in that first half, and the Pioneers completely took off from there. Dayon Thompson, big 3. Jordan Kane, another fast break steal, leading to points. And I mean, it seemed like they were up 19 in what was a blink of an eye. It is a fantastic atmosphere here at Mega Court, and for the Pioneers to go on that huge run to close out that first half, I think that really helps them go into the second half, and they have a big cushion. They have all the momentum right now.
We're going to get another member of the herd coming in and kind of give us his thoughts. We got Daniel Chung here, member of the football team. Chung, how's this energy feeling? What are you guys doing to try and get in the head of the SUNY Poly crowd and their team?
I think this might be the most electric game in my 4 years here, and we're just going to keep it going. The energy's high.
Is there anything that's going to change in your game plan? Because I feel like you've got to have a coaching strategy if you're like kind of in charge of this whole fan base. I know you might not be the one in charge, but what's the game plan going in the second half?
You just got to be louder than them. That's it. Just be louder. Be prouder.
It's a tough game, but thank you. We hope you keep doing your thing in the second half. Thanks you, Jeremy. Sorry, I had to cut that off for a second.
I mean, the herd is loud. I have a headache. It's so loud in here. It's really tough to think. But I mean, usually at halftime we see the stands kind of empty out. You know, people go back to rooms and they get a water, go get some food at the break. I don't think anyone has moved from either side of the bleachers. It's still packed. You can hear the energy. Everyone's still chattering.
Line to the bathroom's got to be crazy right now.
I'm glad I'm not on it because I would just walk off. But there is still so much to come in that second half. What are you guys looking for in the second half coming up?
Well, I think obviously there's a 19-point lead going Utica's way right now, but this game is far from over, and Devin Flynn and his teammates know that. That's why he said it's 0-0 going to that. We talked about this on the pregame show, how good of a shooting team that Poly is. And three-pointers are big right now. You knock down 4 threes, you get yourself in like a 12-2 run here. You cut that to like 10, 12 points. They're right back in it, and they have a crowd to get themselves back in it as well. It's not like it's all Utica here. There is an even crowd here. When the national anthem was going on and pregame intros and stuff, you couldn't hear yourself think. Like, well, one team was cheering, the other team was booing, the flashlights are on, the lights are off. This was a sick atmosphere. It was like a D1 atmosphere. And this is an Empire 8 championship game, and we couldn't have asked for more, and it has delivered the hype.
And I think it's kind of interesting you mentioned you compared to a D1 atmosphere. Like, this is a Division III. This is not like the atmosphere these guys are used to. I'm really impressed they were able to put up this many points in this kind of, like you said, Division I atmosphere. Obviously, it's not like a big name school like Purdue or something, but like this is definitely an atmosphere you could see at the Division I level.
Yeah, it's loud. I mean, both fan bases are ruthless. The Pioneers obviously have a little bit more to say at the break, again, being up 19. But it kind of has a feel of that game we called, Jack. It was Utica against Naz. The Naz was up big at the break. They went up by almost 38 early in the second half. The Pioneers were able to scratch and claw their way back and get into overtime, escape with a win. Do you kind of get a sense that Poly may have a couple runs in them to get this game back into a couple possessions?
I absolutely see it being possible. I mean, we know that this Poly team is capable of scoring big points in big times. They had a comeback win against Brockport just the other night to get them into this game. And so they know they're able to perform in big moments when they need to. And they're able to shoot the three ball. We saw them warming up. We don't think we saw them miss a single time. We were worried for the first couple minutes, I don't think anyone missed. So this team can get dialed very quickly. And if they're given the opportunity, they're walking back onto the court now, but if they're going to get dialed.
But I think it also starts with Damar Miller, because Damar Miller knocked down 2 early threes, and then you kind of got a little quiet after that. Didn't see much of him after those 2 threes. And Checkney Torrey has 16 right now. Got to keep building. Got to be in those 30s. This is his night right now.
Yeah, for Poly, you got to play through Torrey, and you got to play through your playmakers. Again, you mentioned earlier in the pregame show, they're not going to go to their bench very much. They're going to play their starters majority of the game. That's what we saw in that first half. And again, the Poly faithful is still here. They've shown out in a big way. And like you said, Jack, both these teams have never played in an atmosphere like this. At least it's an atmosphere they're not really accustomed to. Maybe, the Poly Wildcats went into the locker room, went into the break, and had a phenomenal halftime speech. But it looks like they were a little uncomfortable being in enemy territory in such a hostile atmosphere. And we're going to bring over Jordan Kane right now. Had a phenomenal first half and get his thoughts. Jordan, what's going on, man? A great first half from you. I want to talk about your defensive intensity. So you started a couple big plays with steals. What goes through your mind on the defensive end of play?
Just don't let my man score. Stay in front of him, make it as hard as possible. Especially Damar is a great player, so I'm just trying to make it as hard as I can on him.
Coming into a championship game just as a freshman, how do you have your confidence as much as you do to just go out there and ball? Because that's exactly what you've done.
Hoffy's a great coach. He instills confidence in us every day, and my teammates trust me, so they make it easy for me to do what I do. So it's just they put me in the right positions, and I can just ball. So I would like to thank my teammates and my coach for that. So.
And being in an atmosphere like this, especially as a freshman, how helpful is it to have the herd on your side?
They make it fun. They get in the opponent's head. They give us energy, man. I love them.
Jordan, thanks so much, man. Have a great second half.
Good 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, again, you heard it there. A lot of the credit goes back to head coach Sean Koff. We're going to bring over Liam Teague now. Liam, you had a huge dunk, about maybe 3.5-4 minutes to go in that first half. How fired up were you after that moment?
That's probably the biggest bucket I've had in my life. Coming off a great game I had last week, I've just been fired up this whole week. I'm trying to keep it going.
What's the difference in regular season to now? I mean, you just completely taken over these playoffs. You're having yourself a great run. What is the difference mentally to lead to these performances?
Big thing Most of the season I was starting, but Coffee made the change to let me come off the bench and kind of be an instant offense guy. And I think that's a really good role for me, especially because I get favorable matchups all the time. So, yeah, that's all I've been focusing on in these playoffs.
And you mentioned your huge game last night against Nazareth. How does that help you confidence-wise to go in this game and, like you said, fit into that role that you think you fit in well so perfectly?
Oh, that last game was huge for my confidence. Being able to go off against a great team like Nazareth, it definitely helps bring confidence to the next game.
And last one, 20 minutes of basketball leading to a championship remaining. What's like going over just the whole season, preseason workouts, regular season games, and now the playoffs? How does everything add up to these last 20 minutes to give yourself the win?
Everything, man. Coach Coffey said it today. We do everything hard, from preseason to practice to games. We do everything hard for these moments, for these exact moments. So doing everything hard just make these moments more easy.
Best of luck.
Have a good second half, man. Thank you so much. I mean, you heard the players. Again, so much credit goes back to head coach Sean Coffey and his game plan he instills. I'm not sure where Jack ran off to. We lost Jack.
Jack's gone.
And he's
Jack?
But yeah, a phenomenal first half play from our Pioneers. We're going to see what the Poly Wildcats have in store for us. We're about a minute away from the second half. Don't go anywhere. Tune in back to WPNR 90.7 FM and listen to our guys, James Brown and Nick Phillips, on the call. We'll see you after the game and post-game show. Again, Jeremy Horowitz, Justin Notar here. Enjoy the game.
Let's go.